What's up, y'all? This is D55 Miami. This is Diamond. And I'm coming to y'all with a little update in regards to our quarantining. And we are currently on day number 15. We've been in quarantine for the last couple of weeks due to my oldest daughter. She tested positive one Monday, and basically we were quarantining from then on. Everyone else was testing positive, negative, and she was the only one that tested positive. So I try my best. It's very hard to do this with 5 kids, but I tried my best to keep everyone separated, to keep everyone, apart from each other that was negative because she was positive. But as you can see, we're still here, day 15. So that didn't work out for us. So basically, the stand where we're standing at now is that we have 3 positives. That will be me, my son, King, and Jakari, the oldest child. And the 2 youngest and the daughter who originally tested positive is now currently negative. So that's a good thing. So we basically was just stuck in the house all day trying to figure things out, trying to, keep them occupied while I still try to work, still try to, keep a daily routine basically. And then all of a sudden, last week Tuesday, I began to feel symptoms. I had body aches, I had chills, and I was extremely fatigued. So by me being extremely fatigued, I couldn't really too much care for them to my best of ability, but I did the best that I can. And they really tried to take advantage of that. So, but they kids, so that's what they do. And by the second day of me feeling symptoms, I went to the hospital because at that point it was just too overbearing. One of the symptoms of the fatigue and the body aches, I guess it was muscle inflammation. And it was so severe that if you would touch me, I would scream because my whole body was sensitive to touch. It just did not work out at all. Even the sheets were making my body hurt. But I did not have fever. The chills, I guess, was just trying to work against it. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I know originally, like with a fever, the concept of the chills is to chill your body off from overheating from the fever, but I never had a fever. So when I went to the hospital, and I also had chest pain. When I went to the hospital, they gave me some medicine for the chest pain. They basically told me quarantine. I basically told them that's what we've been doing. And it was a little frustrating because we were already in the house for so long, and you thinking that, okay, we're almost out the way, and then someone else is testing positive. And in the midst of, right before me going to the hospital, King had a slight fever, but he never showed any other, slight fever and a headache. And so besides that, he didn't show any other symptoms. Probably 2 days later, he was fine. He was back up and running like it was normal. Whereas for me, I was down. I could not move. It hurt me to walk. It hurt me to do basically anything. So I tried to overload on vitamins, on vitamin C, on vitamin D, on elderberry, on ginger shots, steam pots with eucalyptus and mint leaves and oranges and cayenne. Overloaded on water and coconut water and everything that I possibly could. But they also did, and I would recommend would be the Regeneron. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's basically an antibody infusion, and it helps your body sorry, fight with the symptoms that is occurring. So that took about 2 days to kick in for me. And once it did finally kick in, it helped me tremendously. Like, I feel like now, since having that shot, it bounced me back. It brought me back to life, because I really didn't feel like I was going to actually go through with all of that pain that I was going through. And so now, but eventually after the shot, I lost taste, I lost smell. And I'm gradually now getting back my taste and my smell. After 2 days from the shot, I eventually had a little bit of strength to get up and walk from end to the end of my yard. So I walked that like twice maybe, and got lightheaded, and sat down and just soaked up some sun. And then the following day, we walked farther than that. I probably walked a mile. And that's what we've been doing on a daily basis. Basically, walking 2.5 miles, maybe 3 miles, making it a little fun for the kids so they can also go outside and get some sun, some vitamin D. And now the current status is that with my son, like I said, it's 3 of us that's still positive. So King is fine. I'm way better, and now Jakari is pushing through a fever, an on and off fever. And I do believe now that I checked him right before I started this, he did not have a fever anymore. I started alternating between Tylenol and Motrin. So, and giving him coconut oil shots and coconut water shots and everything else to try to load his body up with immunity, and basically load him up on some vitamins and just help him try to cope with all the pain that he was feeling. Yeah, so my only main concern now is the 2 youngest ones. I tried to get them out of the household so they would not be affected, since they're still testing negative. So they wouldn't still be affected with what's going on with everyone else. And hopefully, keeping our fingers crossed, they will be fine, so we can eventually get out of this house and do some things, because this is very boring. Like, I try my best to let them go in the backyard, let them do certain things that I know that keep them occupied, and release some of that energy they have on a daily basis. But yeah, that's where we at. I don't wish this on nobody, especially a single mother. If you a single mother and you going through this, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you, and I'm wishing you the best, because without my village helping me, dropping off food for us every other day, or bringing us shots, bringing us water, simply checking up on us, FaceTiming us, making sure that we get up and move and walk, or just simply sending prayers and letting us know that they're here for us through this, because me doing this alone really put a lot into perspective about a lot of things, and it was a game changer for me with them. Yeah, so that's basically where we're at right now. Waiting on Kari's 14-day clearance, waiting on us to test negative. We need the whole house to test negative, because I need my babies back to their A1 self, their normal self, they happy self. And it's nothing like seeing your babies feeling some type of pain or going through a sickness, and it's nothing that you can do about it. It's nothing that you can do besides the bare minimum. If I could take their pain and would have did it all and been the only one that was sick, then by all means I would have done it plenty of times just for them, because it's I know they say it affects adults worse than children, but I have a 14-year-old, and he's looking like he's going through some of the similar symptoms that I went through, and I don't wish that on him. Like, that's just, it's terrible. It's heartbreaking. So that's the little update. That's our current report as where we are right now. And I guess I'll be back to give you guys an update on see where we at in a week or a couple of days, give you some videos and go from there. But thank you for checking in and watching my video for DFAB 5 Miami, and see you guys soon. Peace.